views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Hi everyone, welcome to Countyline, the public access television program featuring news and information about Allen County government. I'm Mike Green, Public Information Officer with the Allen County Commissioners. And on this edition of Countyline, we're featuring a couple of well-known historic buildings here in Fort Wayne and Allen County, which have been in the news recently. Both of these buildings have undergone quite a bit of change in the past several months. They've undergone a change in their names. They've undergone quite a bit of change on the inside and outside. And they've also undergone a change in the purpose and mission from when they were both originally constructed. A little bit later, we're going to be taking you to dedication ceremonies which were held at the Kelley House here in Fort Wayne. We've featured the Kelley House in a couple of our previous Countyline programs. The Kelley House now serving as a place for men who have gone through the judicial system here in Allen County and are trying to kick the drug habit as well as deal with mental health issues. But first, here on Countyline, we want to take you inside Citizen Square and show you some of the highlights from a recent dedication ceremony. This four-story building at 200 East Berry Street has a distinguished history in the community and has been home to several entities over the years. The building was constructed in the 1950s as the home of the Wolf and Dessauer department store. After that store closed, the building became home to Lincoln National Corporation, which spent about $25 million to refurbish it. While the department store only had windows on the first floor, Lincoln added windows on several of the floors, some balconies, and the elevated walkway to a parking garage located across Clinton Street to the west. After Lincoln moved its headquarters in 1998 and eventually moved out of the building in 2002, the Allen County Library moved in temporarily while its expansion project was taking place at its building on Library Plaza. At that same time, a portion of this building was also home to the Lincoln Museum from 1995 to 2008. Now, in 2009, the city of Fort Wayne purchased this building, originally with the intent for it to serve as a new city hall and also as headquarters for its police, fire departments, and public safety units. Between 2009 and 2011, the city and county worked to try and come up with a plan that eventually turned Citizen Square, which is it's known now, into the home for both Fort Wayne and Allen County governments. And recently, a ribbon cutting and dedication ceremony took place at this building. We want to take you to some of the highlights from that ceremony, as well as take you on a little mini tour of Citizen Square.
It's my pleasure to welcome you all to Citizen Square, the new home of the city and county government offices. This coordinated move of more than 40 government offices and departments ensures the delivery of high-quality, cost-effective services that truly increase citizens' access. Today is an exciting time for us as our collective dream of having more accessible government becomes a reality. Citizen Square allows us to come together as one community, making it easier for residents to do business while improving government efficiency.
Today does indeed mark a historic time in Fort Wayne and Allen County because collaboratively two governments, two of the largest employers in all of Allen County, have come together to create greater efficiencies for our taxpayers on a cost-effective basis. Shrinking government, creating conveniences, and saving tax dollars. That's really what this exercise in co-location has been all about. Through the effort that began in the summer of 2009, the city and the county have indeed found a way to locate similar types of operations by one another, making business easier for citizens to conduct with local government. We can now provide our residents with more of a one-stop shop and allow them to conduct business in one location where they used to sometimes have to travel as far as 3 blocks to do their work. And the better news is that nobody went begging for additional tax dollars to get this job done. While we're excited about the events of today and the prospects of even greater collaboration between city and county government, we still have a long ways to go. In the spring of 2012, we anticipate the culmination of our efforts by opening the doors to public safety in the newly renovated city-county building, which we hope to rename in honor of the late Commissioner Ed Russo, who meant so much to so many people in both city and county government. You know, it's going to take a little while to get used to this, and change is never easy, but we do believe that by integrating our respective resources and working together for the good of the community, we will make things better for all of our citizens and improve the quality of life in Fort Wayne and Allen County.
And now we're up on the 4th floor of the County Commissioner's office, and Commissioner Nelson Peters is with us, and a big day for the county and for the city as well.
It is. I mean, this is maybe not the end, but certainly a milestone in the efforts that we've been working towards in co-locating city and county governments, creating greater efficiencies for taxpayers on a cost-effective basis.
A lot of people complimenting the building, and you're talking to them about the way the transformation has taken place over these last several months.
Yeah, it's been a real labor of love, I'm sure, for some. I mean, it's happened in a hurry. And, you know, we've got the old library building, and it's been turned into something that's really, really a nice office building that I believe will serve the citizens of Allen County very well.
What's the one thing you want citizens to take away from this new facility that will house their government now?
You know, there may be a couple of things actually, and one is that we are creating greater efficiencies, more of a one-stop shop for people to come in, get their business done, and get out. And we've done it on a very cost-efficient basis in that we didn't have to go back to taxpayers pleading for additional funds to get this done.
And now we're in the office of Commissioner Therese Brown, one of the 3 offices, obviously, that the commissioners occupy here in Suite 410 of Citizens Square. And Commissioner, you've been showing some folks around. What kind of comments are they giving you about the facility?
I think at this point they're really enjoying the new arrangement. I think the ease of getting in and out of this building, and especially what they see, how we're going to be able to work together a little bit better in the flow of everything. A lot of positive. I think a lot of positive.
You kind of came in, I guess, sort of on the backside of this because you were newly elected last year and took office the first of this year. This process has been going on since 2009, the talk of moving into this building as well as what to do with the city-county building. So kind of give us your perspective on how this has all played out during the time you've spent, the short time as commissioner.
I think it's been trying. I mean, not to say it's no different than 2 people moving in together and trying to create a different kind of relationship, you know, as one. Not that we weren't one before, but definitely looking at it being a new home, trying to make sure that you're taking care of all those things that might have been missed in the first home purchase or what you were used to before. Now you're trying to correct and really kind of make it a little more convenient. So it was a little trying, but then again, no different than if you were redoing your kitchen. So it's been a very interesting experience.
It's also your second move within a,
Yes.
6-month period because you moved out of the courthouse over to the CCB and then over here.
Yep. To be quite honest, of the 3 commissioners, I had it, I think, a little easier as I only had 2 boxes to fill, so it wasn't too hard to get prepared.
What do you hope citizens will take away from this new facility?
I hope they take away the ability that the city and county can and still do get along, and we try to work together as much as we can. Hopefully through especially the land use and permitting process project that's going to be going on as well here in the near future, that the co-location of all these departments in a little bit more accessible way, I guess, a little more than just walking around all around downtown. It's going to make it easier for them to get their needs met. Okay.
Well, let's start our little mini tour of Citizens Square in the basement, or what's known as the garden level of Citizens Square. And right now we're standing in Suite 35. This is the Council Chambers courtroom. This is the area where the City Council will be meeting and holding their legislative sessions. Also meeting here will be the Allen County Commissioners in their legislative sessions. Allen County Council will meet here once a month, and there will be several other county agencies and boards that will be meeting in Suite 035. Now, as we come into this room, which is directly connected, this is the committee room. This is the area where City Council will be meeting in committee session. Also, the County Plan Commission will generally meet in this area. As you can tell, the circular table with the chairs allowing for a little more of an informal place for these boards and commissions to meet. Besides these two rooms here on the garden level, there's also an Omni room, which will be a meeting room that the public can use, as well as city and county agencies. And there will also be a cafeteria area for employees here at Citizen Square. So when you come up to the first floor of Citizen Square and you enter in on the Wayne Street entrance, one of the first offices you'll come by is Suite 150, the Department of Planning Services, which is a merged city and county department. And Ben Russell, who works in this office, joins us right now. Tell us a little bit about some of the services you'll be providing to folks here.
Well, the combined city and county land use department will deal with zoning issues as it relates to plats, Board of Zoning Appeals, any type of public hearing through zoning will handle. We'll also handle any minor issues that a citizen might deal with, like fence permits or sheds or room additions or decks. We also are involved in the commercial routing process, which handles industrial and commercial projects through our routing process.
What will be the advantage of you being in your location here with some of the other surrounding offices that we have on this particular floor?
The main advantage, I think, would be an improved customer service for the citizen to be able to walk across the hall to take care of any issues, or for our office to be able to communicate effectively with those other offices because we're right across the hall.
And we go down the hall from DPS to Suite 180, and this is where the County Building Department is now located. Dave Fuller is building superintendent. And Dave, tell us a little bit about the services you'll be providing in your office.
We are providing the full service of the building department that we did before. Includes building permits, licensing, all the inspections in the field. We have the Allen County Community Development Corporation here in this office. So we still deal with the tax-reverted properties and selling those to the public. So it's full service.
And tell us a little bit about the advantages you have in this space now compared to where you were located, which was not the city-county building, but in the Highway and Building Department building at Superior and Calhoun.
It's definitely more convenient for the clients to be in the same building with the other departments that they deal with. It's nice for us because we go to meetings. We don't have to go out in the rain and the snow, so it's easier for us too. But it's having all of them consolidated, I think, is a real advantage for the client's consistency of being able to deal with departments while they're down here.
And easier to move from one area to the other.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep.
We've moved up to the third floor of Citizen Square. We're in Suite 380, which is occupied by the Allen County Human Resources Department. Kathy Serrano heads up the Human Resources Department. Tell us a little bit about the services you'll be providing here.
Well, of course, we're going to provide all of the normal human resource services for our current employees. We also have job application services for people who want to come to work for Allen County government. We do our risk management or loss control through here, which is including insurance for all the county properties and also workers' compensation matters, things like that. We do our insurance and benefits management through this office, and just about anything you would need if you're an employee or want to be an employee of Allen County government.
Give the folks some perspective of the differences in where you're located now as compared to where you were in the city-county building.
Well, in the city-county building, it was more of a traditional, structured, closed office type situation. Right now, as you can see, we're actually standing in front of the city human resources reception area. We literally are right side by side in an open office concept in the front office with the city human resources so that we can more coordinate our resources and have more efficient operations on things that we can share together and be side to side. And then we also share a training room, which is right on the other side of this wall. So we've got some common areas, and then we also have separate offices.
And tell us a little bit about how the move went. What was it like?
Organized confusion, as you might expect. Anytime you're moving this many offices into and all sorts of different entities into a building, you're going to have a little bit of confusion going on. It actually went pretty smoothly. We had a contractor come in and do most of our moving. I don't know if I can mention him or not, but Hoover Movers. They did an excellent job. I told them they made it as least unpleasant as they possibly could, so it went pretty well.
Suite 360 on the third floor of Citizen Square will house the Fort Wayne Allen County Department of Health. John Silcox is Public Information Officer for the Health Department. And John, tell us about some of the things you'll be able to offer citizens who come here.
Well, this space gives us a lot more room, and we have just a great setup here. At the City County building, obviously, at one point we had a lot of different divisions together, and the floor plan and the flow wasn't quite what we wanted, and so this allows us to really have a great setup for customers. We have a lot of room, and we're really excited about our new space.
What kind of services will you be able to provide for folks who drop by here?
Well, here in this office here downtown, we have a lot of our environmental health programs are based here, like our food and consumer protection, our Healthy Homes program, our pollution control program, and of course the Department of Health administrative offices are down here too. So a lot of the people that come for permits for restaurants, for septic systems would come here, as well as our vital records offices here. So we issue the birth and death certificates out of this office as well.
And remind people that you still have your two offices which are out in other parts of the community that provide services that the health department oversees.
We still have two other locations. We have our medical annex, which houses all of our clinical programs. So if you're coming for any type of testing or treatment service, you would go there, and that's our clinic on New Haven Avenue, 4813 New Haven Avenue. And then our vector control office, which does our rodent control, mosquito control programs, are still based out of their offices on Carroll Road.
Well, for the past couple of years, Countyline has been chronicling the story of the Kelley House, a 48-bed minimum security facility that's designed to help men who are dealing with both mental illness and drug addiction problems, trying to help them return to society and become productive members of the community. On June 10th, a special dedication ceremony was held for this facility, and here now are some of the highlights from that ceremony.
This day has been some time in the making, and we are honored indeed to be part of this great occasion. The task of putting this facility together has been a unique project in the state of Indiana. It's one that provides for so many individuals to get back on their feet in a controlled environment while saving taxpayers significant sums of money. It's one that allows for a measured reentry of those who have paid a debt to society to come back and positively contribute to the Fort Wayne and Allen County community. We're thankful that the state has recognized the county's community correction program as one of the best in Indiana, and if not one of the best in the nation, in helping us to fund this mission. We're indebted to our local judiciary, many of whom I see today, for their foresight in developing a program that meets the needs of Allen County like this. We're also grateful for the leadership of Sheila Hudson and the commitment of the rest of her staff in making community corrections a success, and are appreciative of supporting community who have embraced the programs that will come out of this Kelley House. And Tom, thanks to you and your dad for allowing us to use the Kelley name. Today begins the long process of helping to right the wrong in the lives of so many individuals. It's a day that will allow us to showcase the talent in community corrections, and a day that will allow us to better enhance our partnership with the state of Indiana in making Fort Wayne and Allen County a better community for us all.
Today is really a special day, not only to celebrate the dedication of this facility named after a man I greatly admire, Jim Kelley, but also to celebrate the certification of the Allen Circuit Restoration Court. This culminates an effort that began more than 7 years ago with the recognition that our local criminal justice system needed to find a better way to deal with those individuals identified with both substance abuse and mental health issues, and we were determined to find that better way. Thanks to the efforts of many people, most specifically our Community Corrections Director, Sheila Hudson, our own Senator David Long led a bill through the General Assembly to establish what was then known as the Forensic Diversion Court, and what today has been recognized by the Indiana Judicial Center as a certified mental health court. I've been asked about the source of the name Restoration Court, About 10 years ago, a friend of my wife's invited us to a concert at her church to see the Christian rock group Phillips, Craig, and Dean. They were on a tour promoting their latest CD called Restoration, which is also the title of the name of the title song for the CD. I remember being struck at that time of the appropriateness of that name, conveying the idea of starting with what's already there, but maybe flawed, and working to make it better. And that is the work that is going on now with the Restoration Court under the daily supervision of Karen Dowdell and the judicial oversight of Magistrate Craig Bobe. I'm also very proud of the fact that we partnered with Judge John Surbeck in the Reentry Court and are co-supervising those reentry clients who can benefit by our Restoration Court services.
I think it's clear to you already that this is the product of a collaboration that doesn't happen in every place, not every place in our country or necessarily every place in our state. But it is one in which judges, lawyers, prosecutors, caregivers, as Judge Feltz has said, look around and ask whether there's a better way to do what we're now doing. And I would tell you that that the Allen County bench is spectacularly good at formulating a better way of resolving the problems that flow in and out of court. It's likewise, as all of you know, a moment to say thank you to one of the great civic families of this community. The list of things the Kelleys have done over time, not only to make Fort Wayne a healthy economic place where people can find a job and raise a family, but also the things they've done in civic leadership and philanthropy is something known well beyond the boundaries of Allen County. This building is in a way a symbol of a change in the way judges and court personnel and lawyers really view what it is we try to do for our fellow citizens. And today's celebration reflects the fact that Indiana judges and Allen County judges in particular have a wide vision and high aspirations. You would not have to turn back the clock very far in order to be at a day when the people who for one reason flowed through the criminal justice system, people who found their way to the desk of Prosecutor Richards or the Sheriff's Department or the Police Department or the mental health system, would have, when they came to court, basically about 4 choices as the judge would decide what to do with this person who'd deviated from society's norms or otherwise fallen off the wagon. There'd really only be about 4 choices. One would be jail, one would be prison, one would be parole, and one would be probation. All systems under almost continual and terrible stress, being historically undermanaged, understaffed, underfinanced, and inadequately examined. But it's become clear over time that if you can find the right combination of, yes, threat, this is not an easy thing to be in a place like this, not an easy place to be in restoration court or drug court. I once stood in the courthouse where I was a trial judge and watched a lawyer come in on behalf of his client and report into the judge who supervised the drug court by saying, "Judge, my client is eligible for drug court, but he's decided he can't do it. He'll take his chance with prison." This is not the easy way out. So the potential combination, if you're savvy and thoughtful about it, the combination of threat, threat of sanction, threat of incarceration, combined with inducements. Here's things that we might be able to help happen in your life if we can agree on what the terms of that is going to be like, and a smart combination of treatment or other services, training like the woodworking training that people receive in this building, that if you treat people one at a time, try to figure out what it is that's led them into a worse life than they might have otherwise gotten, you've got a better chance of turning somebody around. And in the end, hopefully, as a drug court graduate in Bloomington once said, I used to be a threat to my neighbors, and now I hope to be their friend.
It's truly an honor for me to be here to represent our family, and those of you that knew my father, his mantra in life was to always give someone a second chance and lend them a helping hand. And in reference to the drug court program, having a daughter who graduated not 2 years ago from the program, as I told Fran Gall, I said, you just, basically gave me our daughter back. And it's the greatest thing that as a parent you could ever have happen. So it's near and dear to our hearts. We have been a very close part of it, and it's great that Allen County and the various officials, judges, commissioners, Sheriff's Department, Police Department participate, Karen Richards, in making this happen, because I know it's a lot of work, but you certainly affect the lives of a lot of people in this community by doing something that helps people who, as Judge Shepard said, happen to get off the path, which is easy to do in today's world. And so on behalf of our family and my father, who would be thrilled that all of you came out here today and partially honored him with putting his name on this building, thank you very much.
I just want to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to make a change in the community and to be supported by such wonderful people here. And I really truly thank you all for everything that you have done for us, and to give us that second chance in community, and to show us that we can live right and that we can make the right choices, and like my colleague said, make changes in our lives and manage our lives is the most important thing to do. And I'm proud of to be a part of this community. It's just been so amazing. It's definitely a change in my life and a lot of the other members here, and I'm just proud of us all to make this happen. And I thank you.
As I look around, and we've heard lots of remarks about collaboration, and I guess that's the first thought I had, was that we truly have now a collaboration among judges, public safety folks, the government, our local government, our state government, who's represented here today, as well as various services for folks throughout the county and this community. And all these people have come together in this place today, and as it has been built. In this place, we expect to be able to restore some folks who have fallen on hard times momentarily. And in the process of that, we will improve public safety as well. So it's truly a legitimate effort for everybody involved, from the farthest, most conservative law enforcement, if you will, to the most liberal of treatment places. It truly serves all interests well. This place is really not a beginning. It began some time ago. This is a plateau, but in the meantime, it's also not an end. I have no doubt that the folks that are here and instrumental in all of this activity will continue to press on and continue to keep Allen County at the forefront of treatment and public safety. Thank you all for coming.
The Kelley House and Citizen Square, two buildings which have been an important part of our community's past, and now newly renovated and with new purposes, will hopefully be a part of our community's future for a long time to come. That will do it for this edition of County Line. A reminder, you can watch any of the segments of this or other County Line programs, or the programs in their entirety, by going to www.allencounty.us and clicking on the Video on Demand link. I'm Mike Green, Public Information Officer in the Allen County Commissioner's Office. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next time on County Line.